Hi, this is Holly Bullicky with Beauty Wisdom. Manage your mind to maximize your day. There's nothing more beautiful than taking care of yourself. Hi, and today with us I have Ruthie Cohen-Joyner, and she has a business, and I'm going to tell you all about it and how it can benefit you and your emotions and how to be beautiful from the inside out.
Thank you, Holly. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. So tell me about your business, your tapping journey. Exactly what is that?
So your tapping journey is about using EFT or tapping, where you literally tap on meridian endpoints to help clear the past, clear traumas, clear limiting beliefs, that lovely belief, I'm not good enough, that we all have some version of, to work on clearing that so you can create the life of your dreams. And it is really transformational in ways that I never thought were possible when I first got into this.
And how did you get into this exactly? You have a very interesting story. I would love our audience to hear about it.
Well, my background is as a nutritionist. I'm a registered dietitian, and I got into nutrition because I thought it would make me thin. It did not. As a matter of fact, having to spend all of my time dealing with food made it harder, not easier, to be able to eat healthy. And as you know, nutrition information has changed so much over the years too, so that's part of it. But when my father died in 1990 from cancer, when I was 27 years old, it rocked my world in a big way, and I pretty much ate my way through the grief. And I gained 35 pounds, and I was working in health promotion at the time, and not a real good mix to get heavier and heavier while you're doing health promotion. And at one point, I was well over 200 pounds, and I couldn't find an answer. I mean, diets were not the answer for me. So eventually, I found EFT or tapping in 2009 on the internet. And I started playing with it, and I thought it was ridiculous because you literally tap on your face while you focus on the problem. And at first, like I said, I thought it was ridiculous, but the more I played with it, the more it helped me in a lot of ways, including losing 20 to 30 pounds. And actually, I've lost around 40 pounds from my heaviest weight. So I'm far from skinny, and in my 50s, I don't know where I'll get, but I'm thrilled to be smaller than I used to be. And I just see life completely differently now. And I get that I'm beautiful, even if I'm not skinny, and that's not all there is to life.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, and it's just wonderful helping women to let go of the low self-esteem and the I'm not good enough and the stuckness and all that by using this little modality. Along with deep meditation, I've really gotten more and more into meditation in the last few years.
That's great. That's great. So what are some things that you've helped out women? And do you work with only women, or do you work with men as well?
I've worked with a few brave men, but mainly women. And most of it really is, well, let me back it up. Most of my clients come to me for emotional eating, that they feel totally out of control around food. And it's actually relatively easy to get some control to stop the binging or at least slow it down in the beginning. But then you have to deal with all the limiting beliefs under it. And back to the I'm not good enough. We all have our versions of that. I don't fit in. I'm not tall enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not thin enough. We all have different versions. And when you can start letting go of that and start bringing in, oh, wait a minute, I am good enough. I'm good enough just like I am. I don't really have to change anything. Then it changes everything. It's really funny. So I have sort of a tagline that self-love is your personal miracle. And I mean that in that self-love is a practice. It's not a one-time, ta-da, bam, I love myself. I wish it were. But it's more like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. It's something that you work on a regular basis. And tapping being one of the best ways. And again, meditation being one of those two.
Okay. So when you meditate, are you also tapping as well, or are those two different things for you?
Great question, Holly. So I have on my YouTube channel what I call tapping meditations. So, and I even say on one of them, I think it's called the daily tapping meditation. It's the first one I did. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name. It's actually my favorite one, even though it's the first one I did probably 5 years ago. But anyway, I think I say on there you can tap or just listen, whichever way feels better. But personally, what I like to do is do about 5 minutes of positive tapping, which I'm going to share some with your folks today, and then go into deep meditation. So not tapping during the meditation itself.
Okay.
And meditation to me is not trying to clear your mind. I don't really think that's real possible because, you know, the minute you try to clear your mind, you're like, oh, I forgot to pick up the broccoli, or, you know, your mind just goes in 100 different directions. But I like guided meditations for that reason. It's much easier to kind of go on a journey, if you will, when you meditate.
And if somebody's not very familiar with meditation, what does that look like? Do you sit in your chair? Are you laying in bed? Are you on the floor? Is it in the morning or at night? Is there a time?
Yes. How's that for a good answer? All of the above. And I'm a big student of Joe Dispenza's work. Really love Joe Dispenza's work and have been to a couple of his workshops, and I'm going to another one. But he pretty much suggests sitting up when you meditate, because you know what happens when you lay down, you just fall asleep. And not that you're not going to fall asleep. Sometimes you do, and you know, get over it. It happens. But when you're sitting up, you can be more involved. It works a little better. And there's also walking meditation. Meditation can be just as simple as looking around at your environment and being grateful. You know, just taking a deep breath and the sun is shining today. I'm so grateful, you know, that kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be, you know, on a mountaintop in, I don't know, India or somewhere. You don't have to go hang out with the monks to meditate.
That would be nice, though.
It would be.
Yeah. So, could you show us some tapping techniques and kind of explain that as you walk through it?
Yes, I would love to do some tapping with you. And what we're going to do, EFT or tapping actually works best when it's very specific. So when I work with people individually, we work on a specific issue. But for us, for today, we're going to just do something more general, more just positive and uplifting.
Okay.
So we're going to
follow you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to ask you to be my echo.
Okay.
Excuse me. And instead of taking time to explain how to do it, I'm just going to ask your listeners or your audience to just join in if you can, and to repeat with Holly, just to follow along with her. But if you want to know more about EFT, on my website, yourtappingjourney.com, there is a page called What is EFT? And I think there's 4 or 5 videos that they're all short. The longest one's 8 minutes. Where you can learn how to do it, and you can learn what all it's used for, because it's fabulous for pain and phobias and limiting beliefs, since I mentioned, and cravings is one of my favorite things to do. So I do a free 30-minute cravings call with people if they want to work on a craving for, I don't know, Reese cups or wine or whatever. So that's a fun thing to do.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah. But we're not going to do that today.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my glasses off to do this, because when we do it, we're going to be tapping around the eye and under the nose and the chin.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start on the side of the hand, and we're going to do these points around the eye, under the chin. Under the nose and the chin, which is actually the little cleft between the lip and the chin. And then the collarbone, where you're going to find your collarbone and go down an inch and out an inch.
Okay.
This is actually my favorite one. And then the underarm point, you're not going to be able to see very well, but it's the bottom of the bra line.
Okay.
And I see you're doing the crossbody thing. I like to do the same side. So either way, there's not a right or wrong. And then the last one will be the top of the head. Okay. And if you go to YouTube, there are tons of tapping scripts. You can do tapping with lots of different people and just find who you resonate with.
Okay.
But for right now, I'm going to ask if you have some water, grab a sip of water, because it's good to be well hydrated.
If you need a bathroom break, take one now before you start tapping.
Yes. So I guess you could pause the video if you need to. So I'm going to ask you to just take a moment to close your eyes and take a deep breath and just kind of get settled in. And for those of you who know how to tap, you can keep your eyes closed because you won't need to see the points. But if you need to see the points, you can open your eyes. And start tapping with me on the side of the hand. And Holly's going to repeat after me.
Okay.
Even though I have not always loved myself.
Even though I have not always loved myself.
Matter of fact, I have judged myself harshly.
Matter of fact, I have judged myself harshly.
Today I am choosing.
Today I am choosing.
To love and accept myself.
To love and accept myself.
So even though I haven't always loved myself.
Even though I haven't always loved myself.
And I have judged myself in so many ways.
And I have judged myself in so many ways.
Believing that I'm not good enough.
Believing I am not good enough.
Today I am choosing.
Today I am choosing.
To release and let that go.
To release and let that go.
And let new possibilities in.
And let new possibilities in.
So even though I have not always loved myself.
Even though I have not always loved myself.
Today I am choosing to love and approve of myself.
Today I am choosing to love and approve myself.
Forgive myself.
Forgive myself.
And appreciate myself.
And appreciate myself.
In brand new ways.
In brand new ways.
All right, so I'm going to invite you to stop tapping and take a deep breath. We're going to go to the eyebrow point. I haven't always loved myself.
I haven't always loved myself.
Out of the eye, I haven't always treated myself well.
I have not always treated myself well.
Under the eye, but today I'm choosing to do it differently.
Today I am choosing to do it differently.
Under the nose, today I'm choosing to love and accept myself.
Today I'm choosing to love and accept myself.
Chin, knowing that I can grow this love and appreciation.
Knowing I can grow and love
this love and appreciation.
Love and appreciation.
For myself.
For myself.
And others in my life.
And others in my life.
Collarbone, letting go of self-judgment.
Letting go of self-judgment.
And self-criticism.
And self-criticism.
It's never worked anyway.
It's never worked anyway.
Under the arm. So I'm choosing to do it a new way.
So I'm choosing to do this a new way.
Top of the head. I'm choosing to catch my self-critical words.
I'm choosing to catch my self-critical words.
And choose to say nicer things to myself.
And choosing to say nicer things to myself.
Eyebrow. I have said things to myself I would never say to anybody else.
I have said things to myself I would never say to anyone else.
Side of the eye. I would never treat anybody else the way I've treated myself.
I would never treat anyone else the way I've treated myself.
So today I'm making a commitment.
So today I am making a commitment.
Under the nose. To release and let that go.
To release and let that go.
Chin. To no longer treat myself so harshly.
To no longer treat myself so harshly.
Collarbone. And to start treating myself with love and reverence.
To start treating myself with love and reverence.
Under the arm. Choosing to be calm and confident.
Choosing to be calm and confident.
Top of the head. Choosing to be grateful for my life.
To choose to be grateful for my life.
Back to the eyebrow. Grateful for my body and all that it does.
Grateful for my body and all that it does.
Out of the eye. Bringing in more love and joy.
Bringing in more love and joy.
Under the eye. Bringing in more fun.
Bringing in more fun.
Under the nose. Being less critical.
Being less critical.
Chin. Being open to new possibilities.
Being open to new possibilities.
Collarbone. Choosing to love and accept myself exactly as I am today.
Choosing to love and accept myself exactly the way I am today.
Under the arm. And being so grateful.
And being so grateful.
Top of the head. For this ability to love and accept myself.
For this ability to love and accept myself.
All right, I'm going to ask you to stop tapping and put your hands over your heart. Close your eyes again and take a deep breath. And just breathe in that feeling of self-love, gratitude, and acceptance. So you can gently open your eyes and come back to here and now when you're ready. And I just want to say, beauty really does come from inside, as you say, Holly, that when you are radiating out self-love and acceptance, people feel that, people see that, people are attracted to that. So you could be beautiful by magazine standards, but if you don't have that inner feeling, that inner love and acceptance, it's not gonna radiate. You're not gonna shine in the way you were meant to. At least that's my belief anyway.
Absolutely. Well, have you ever seen Beauty and the Beast?
Yes.
Yes, yes. We just saw that again last night. And it's just such a powerful story on how you have to fall in love with the person. And you should fall in love with the person on the inside. And therefore, then they're beautiful on the outside. Wonderful message.
Absolutely. Totally agree. And I know you talk a lot about mindset, and I totally agree with that, that how you start your day, and back to the tapping and the meditation, but how you start the day sets the tone for the whole day. So if you start your day with, I feel awful, gross, blah, 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 then that's what you project out into the world. So you got to do whatever you can to flip that, to be in a more positive place. And again, I wish I could tell you that I have the magic answer, my magic wand, ding, and you'd all be happy the rest of your life with no problems, but we're human. And so it really is a practice.
We're all individuals. So do you tap every day?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Is this a great way to start off your day? Is this what to tell people or?
Yes, very much so. There's also what's called borrowing benefits, meaning that when you tap with someone else, you get benefit from it. So on an average day, I'll work with 3 or 4 clients. So I admit I'm partly doing it for myself. I'm getting the benefits out of it. And we teach what we need to learn. So yeah. So as I'm working with people, I'm learning and growing. I mean, we're all one, on a big metaphysical level. And so it's all a good thing. But yes, I totally agree with starting your day out on as positive as possible. So tapping and meditation are my big go-tos, and exercise. I mean, I go to yoga regularly, and it's for my brain and my heart, and for my body is kind of a side benefit.
Yeah, that's great. I love hot yoga myself.
Gotcha.
So how has your mindset changed during your journey of self-discovery and finding tapping and working with other people?
180 degrees from where it used to be. I mean, I used to buy into what Renee Stevens, who wrote the book Fulfilled, there's some more to the title, but I can't remember the rest of it right now. But anyway, she talks about the 3 big lies. And the 3 big lies are I'm helpless, I'm hopeless, and I'm not good enough. And absolutely, I lived my life from there for a long time. And that victim-y place. Everything's happening to me instead of life happening through me. So all of that is turned around by using tapping on a regular basis. And I'm still working on stuff, just like everybody else. We have our stuff. There's nobody perfect that's still on the planet. So if anybody tells you they're perfect, they're lying.
Stay away from them.
Exactly. But there are some other practices. Let me just throw out another one that I like to do that I think your audience will appreciate. And that is playing a game called What If Up. And what I mean by that is most of us do what I call what if down. What if my car breaks down? What if I'm late? What if so-and-so happens? What if, when we do this negative, blah, 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 So we're worrying about things that most likely will never happen. So I say, do what if up. What if I have the best day ever? What if the play I'm going to is fabulous? What if I run into somebody I haven't seen in a long time and it's so wonderful to see them? It doesn't have to be big things. So the person who owns the yoga studio that I go to and teaches the class that I go to most often played with this what if up. And sometimes it doesn't have to be big things. Anyway, she said, what if my kids don't have any homework today? And she said, would you believe neither one of them had homework that day? So we got to play and, let them ride their bikes, et cetera, et cetera. And she said, it was fabulous. I'm going to have to keep doing that. So it is fun that sometimes when you're putting out this energy, this what if up energy, that sometimes it comes true, exactly what you're thinking. So just kind of a fun thing for your audience to play with.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, where can people find you at?
So my website is yourtappingjourney.com. And I have a shop where there's 3 different things on it right now. And one of them that your folks might appreciate is I do have a little meditation program. It's only $12, and it's, let me think, 4 meditations and 1 tapping script. So there's a 15-minute long morning meditation. Then there's what it's called, what is that one called? Morning Bliss, I think. The whole thing is called Your Daily Bliss because I really think meditation helps raise your bliss.
Yes.
So there's the Bliss Break, which is just a little 5-minute thing just to kind of bring you back to yourself. And then a nighttime one, a tapping script, and a little bonus.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay.
Yep.
And do you work with people one-on-one or how does that work for you?
Both. I run groups twice a year called Full On Living, and then individual, mainly by Zoom, some in person if you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, but mainly by Zoom. I mean, I have clients all over the world, so I'm very grateful for today's technology. I'm sure a lot of people are, that the world is so much smaller today.
I know.
Yeah.
And what is some advice that you would like to give people on how to take care of themselves, like the top 3?
The top 3. Well, I've probably already shared them in that daily tapping, and I do have free stuff on my YouTube channel. So if you want to try out any of those. Meditation, I know I sound like a broken record, right? But it is the most life-changing thing I've ever done. And I'm going to say the other thing is just to be so much more compassionate with yourself. You are going to have bad days. You are going to make mistakes. You're going to have bad hair days. I mean, things happen, right? So just be more compassionate with yourself is probably the biggest thing that turns things around for people, I think.
Yeah. And repeating this information is valuable. So, all right. Yes. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Holly. And to everyone else, I hope you have a fabulous day, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.